Hello, my name is Matthew, and it's the end of November. December is right around the corner. It's the end of the year, and this is the season that I just love sinking into a big Russian novel. This time last year, I did a read along of the Karamazov brothers, which is great fun. And after all of this Roman literature and Roman history, I want to go back to Dostoevsky. And so I thought I would make an announcement video and just talk about what's on my mind for reading in December. And today or tomorrow, I'm going to read Notes from Underground. This is the Richard Pever Volonkonsky translation. I really thought that I had another copy, a different translation. I looked around a bit. I couldn't find it. Um, I can't imagine doing a month-long read-along of Notes from Underground, but a little bit of notice. If you're interested, I'm going to read this short story. It's something that you can read in an afternoon or two sittings at the most. But in December, and I was thinking, what kind of Dostoevsky do I want to read? Um, and I've read some Dostoevsky recently, in the past few years anyway. Just last year, I read the Karamazov brothers. Um, I think last year I also read Demons or Devils. And a few years ago, I read The Idiot. The main contender of the big Dostoevsky novels, of course, is Crime and Punishment. But there were other two that were on my mind anyway. Um, this one is translated as Memoirs from the Dead House. This is translated by Jesse Colson. It's the Oxford. And then The Adolescent, and this is Pever and Volonkonsky again. And I was talking to my girlfriend earlier in the month, maybe middle, beginning of the month, something like that, and saying that I was thinking about doing a Crime and Punishment read along, which is what I'm announcing, a Crime and Punishment read along. But in any event, I mentioned that last year she read the Karamazov brothers through the month of December as part of the read along, and she thought she would get a head start and begin it because it's a big novel, uh, takes time, and of course. She already finished it. It's a page turner. It's incredibly entertaining. Um, and before the read along has even started, she's finished the book. She liked it. Um, I'm going to be reading Crime and Punishment starting in December. I'll make it's about a 600-page novel, something like that. So 150 pages a week, I think, is incredibly manageable if you're interested in reading along as a reread or reading for the first time. I invite you. It's going to be great fun and not in any way a tedious reading experience. I'm going to be reading the Michael Katz translation, and you can see Steve Donahue's name is blurbed on the cover. He says, mesmerizingly good, the best, truest translation of Dostoevsky's masterpiece into English, from Open Letters Monthly. And it is an absorbing story. It's the story of a murder from the perspective of the murderer, which is still uncommon now, but completely unheard of at the time of its publication. The main character, Raskolov, I didn't even look up his name. I always remember Rascal. He's not a hero. He's not an average person. He's not just amoral. Um, he's a nut, and just not a very good person. He thinks incredibly highly of himself. He's bitter of his own circumstances, his situation in life. Doesn't believe other people deserve um, either the wealth or luxury or simple comforts that they have. He looks down at the world and the society around him, and he commits a crime. It's the first part of the novel. um, and then it goes on from there. There's a detective who, in a normal story, a normal narrative, would be a much more likely contender as a protagonist of this kind of story. It's a detective trying to figure out the culprit of this crime. There's a heroine who's a prostitute. And so there's all of these reversals and circumstances or kind of stereotypes that really push what a person might feel like they're comfortable accepting. Can you read a story from the perspective of a murderer and sympathize with the murderer? Can you read a story where there's a detective out for the murderer and maybe you're not wanting him to catch his man? There's a prostitute who has ethics and dignity. And is it someone that you can empathize with? And then all of the psychology and all of the intense emotion, all those sorts of things. And as I read along, I'll talk about it. I've read it twice. I read it in my early 20s. It was one of the books that my old friend Bob recommended. I read it again in my late 20s. I enjoyed it both times. As far as the big books of Dostoevsky, Crime and Punishment is far and away the most approachable and direct. I think the Karamazov brothers is the best, but it would be cruel to recommend that to somebody as a first time Dostoevsky reading experience. The Idiot can be meandering, The Devils can be confusing. The Adolescent is, for some reason, considered a slightly more minor work. Memoirs from the Dead is semi-fiction. It's partly autobiographical, partly fiction. Could be considered a curiosity, but it's a terrific novel. I'm meandering now. So if you're interested, in the month of December, it's a short notice, but even still, I'm going to be reading the Michael Katz translation. At least once a week, I'll make a video talking about what's going on in the book. Roughly 150 pages a week gets the book done easily within a month. And maybe I'll make some other videos if anything pops into my head. But if you'd like to read along, please let me know. I think it'll be great fun. So let me know if you've read it. Let me know if you want to read along. Let me know if it's your favorite Crime and Punishment novel, and if not, which one is. I'm always interested to hear about people's opinions on Dostoevsky, one of my favorite Russian writers. So it's going to be Dostoevsky in December. Thank you for watching. Let me know if you want to read along with me. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment if you would like. Thank you and take care.